And welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to FC Cincinnati versus Chivas Guadalajara in Leagues Cup Central 3 group stage. FC Cincinnati contra Chivas in Leagues Cup. En la Leagues Cup fase de grupos, jornada 2. Two big matches today in the Central. Of course, St. Louis also played Club America. I did not get to go. So here we are. But you know what? It's probably better considering those two postponements. It's probably better. So to get to do both games today and then do Forge tomorrow and Chelsea versus Fulham on Sunday night. So we got a busy couple of days, but still. Hola. How we doing? How we doing? Hola, amigo. How we doing? I know, speaking of mismatch with a hat, how we doing, Rory? But St. Louis is playing tonight, so it sort of goes well, though. Kind of. For this game, I'll be wearing Chivas colors. Not their jersey, but the Braves colors sort of fit, so. Yeah, I know. Yoshida to the Galaxy. Double agent. The double agent. Rudy Camacho to TFC or Columbus. Well, if he's a double agent, it'll be good for us. With that being said, starting 11 for Cincinnati. In goal, Alec Kahn. The back three, Ian Murphy, Matt Miazga, Nick Hagland. The midfield four, Alvaro Barreal, Marco Angulo, Obina Nwobodo, and Ray Gaddis. The front three, Luciano Acosta, Sergio Santos, and Aaron Bupenza for Cincinnati. And for Chivas, their first game in this tournament, in goal, Jose Rangel. The back for Alan Moso, Gilberto Sepulveda, Jesus Orozco, and Christian Calderon. Eric Gutierrez, their marquee signing in midfield. The midfield for Marin, Victor Guzman, Fernando Beltran, Jonathan Padilla, and Roberto Piojo Alvarado up top for Atlas. For Chivas. Yeah, I'm stuck on Sunday, I know. Hey, at least it wasn't at least it wasn't America. We're signing Anthony Alves. Tommy Bogue says he's going to be a U22 player. Why is Portland so good at scouting? I hate it. I wish Toronto could be just as good. They never will be. But match is about to start in a couple of minutes. Chivas versus Cincinnati. Should be a good one, though. Cincinnati wins. They win the group. And Chivas will have to beat Sporting KC outright. Or I think even if they win the shootout, that would still be enough. Well, goal differential-wise. Well, head-to-head, yeah, they would. How we doing, Sebastian? So. Speaking of other Guadalajara clubs, Toronto has to beat Atlas by 3 on Sunday if they want to go through. Because head-to-head and goal differential. New York's already through, so you would think if we beat Atlas, that would be enough. Because, head-to-head, but because if New York was already through, that means they're already through. And if Atlas were to lose, that's a head-to-head loss. We get second, right? Yeah, that 3-goal differential, winning by 3, doesn't really make sense. But that winning by 3 thing really doesn't make sense if New York's already through. But game will kick off in 8 minutes, I guess. Yeah, 7:08. So, yeah, there you go. Teams will walk out. We'll be ready to go. There you go. How we doing, Mile High? Tarasenko signs with the Ottawa Senators. Oh, come on. Why has he got to play on the Senators? Why, Tarasenko? Damn it, man. Best player in MLS between Messi and Sergio Busquets. Ooh. I have to say right now, Hani Mukhtar, probably. Thiago Almada, Hani Mukhtar, probably one of those guys. It ain't a Toronto player, I can tell you that much. It ain't Insigne, it ain't Bernadeschi, it ain't Shaqiri. I'm still going to stick with Hani Mukhtar. Thiago Almada's up there, but he'll be gone anyway in 3-4 months. So at the end of the season, Hani might stay. So yeah, Hani Mukhtar. Luciano Acosta's up there too, but we got to see if Cincinnati is more than a one-year wonder. Because, I mean, I think they're not. I think Cincinnati is on the right track. But the problem with them being the best team in the league after being the fourth best team in the conference is they have to keep doing that. I don't think Cincinnati's going to screw it up like Toronto did, but I understand how Cincinnati feels because they did it quicker, but they did what Toronto did or are doing pretty much. So the problem is you can't be a one-year wonder or even a 3-year wonder. You got to keep doing it. So Acosta's in that conversation, but we'll see if he stays. Second, if he stays. Second, if he keeps playing the way he does. Right now, for me, it's Hani Mukhtar. So that's just my opinion, though. It's not Edouard Leuven or João Klaus either. I think St. Louis as a team is a star type situation. So I can't believe that Watchalong FC was the first team to qualify to the next round, the worst team in Liga MX. Well, that's football for you. And when you beat a horrible team like Austin, at least when it comes to international football, continental football, well, there you go, right? That puts you in a really good place. But there was always going to be at least one Mexican team out of that group, because there was 2 Mexican teams in that group. So there was at least going to be one. I'm just surprised it was Mazatlán, but it kind of looks like Juarez will probably be the second one out of that group, which, again, sort of surprises me. So happy we're through. That means our team's head to the round of 32. That means your team needs 3 points plus goal differential. So it is 3-goal win. Okay. See, that still doesn't... I get why it is, but it's like, oh, New York's through, but Atlas isn't. So you're telling me that means that should just be a win then, if Atlas isn't through, because head-to-head's the first tiebreaker. But again, Blitzo told me goal differential as well. If it was just a win, I'd feel a lot more comfortable. But you know what? Maybe the football gods will make Atlas pay for that. What's the word? What's the PG word that could that still gets across the message? That shambolic tweet about the offside. Yeah, that doesn't really. The reference. The axis reference. There we go. The axis reference that they made. Oh, that's actually... I thought they were called Atlas, not Axis. If you can make it between 3 goals or more, that means Atlas couldn't make it. Yep, so we got to win by 3 or more. I hope the football gods just help us. I think Portland could. Portland stood toe-to-toe to Tigres, and they sort of got screwed over by the referee. Portland, St. Louis, even if they get through, probably won't do it, but they'll have to have a Herculean win tonight to do it, to get through. So, and even then, that means they got to win by a certain amount of goals and hope America wins. And they just beat Cincinnati's goal differential, but then the head-to-head, oh, maybe Columbus. But if they have the goal differential. But yeah, Portland, Monterey, New York just beat the hell out of Toronto. I'm not going to take anything out of that. Watchalong is doing nothing. Miami for sure has a chance. Whether it's an actual chance or they help Messi win, either way, Miami has a chance. Miami, Monterey, Portland. I haven't seen America or Chivas play yet. Cincinnati needs to play a bit better, but they still have an opportunity. Toronto is screwed, even if they were to get out of the group. Or they show the greatest performance they've had all year. But I'm also, if that happens, I'm also going to believe the football gods blessed us. Because at least we didn't make an Axis reference about an offside in a game we won. I don't know. Teams are walked out. We're almost ready to go. The first place teams in both leagues play each other tonight here. But yeah, Chivas should have a chance, but I need to see them play here. Cincinnati theoretically should too, but this should be close. Again, Chivas is starting 11. In goal, Rangel. The back four, Christian Calderon, Orozco, Gilberto Sepulveda, Alan Mozo, Eric Gutierrez, Fernando Beltran, Victor Guzman, Padilla, Marin, and Alvarado, the front three for Chivas. Ronaldo Cisneros is on the bench, and Alexi Vega. They're rotating. That makes no sense. Starting 11 in goal, Alec Khan. The back three, Murphy, Miazga, Hagland. The midfield four, Barrial, Angulo, Nobodo, Gaddis, Brandon Vasquez, Luciano Acosta, and Aaron Bupenza. Why does Thought Mob say Sergio Santos? What? Well, Thought Mob's wrong then. Brandon Vasquez is starting. Well, that's weird. Thought Mob is on the fritz right now. Here we go. Kick off in seconds. They still haven't fixed it, but Vasquez is on the pitch. So here we go. Chivas versus Cincinnati. Here we go. Brandon Vasquez going to score. What team do you think is going to beat Miami first in the MLS? I have no idea. I need to look at their last games, and I need to see who's actually good. And even then, it could be a problem. Chivas trying to use 4-3-3, so okay. Alec Khan with a goal kick here early on. 0-0. Chivas contra Cincinnati. The first game of the night. Had I been going to St. Louis tonight, I wouldn't be able to cover this. But since I'm not, since I'm here, we're doing both. You lucky ducks, you. But a vlog would have been pretty cool, though. Half vlog, half RSR would have been cool, though. But guess what? Wasn't in the cards. You like the League's Cup? I'm a fan. It's good for Liga MX and MLS teams to get matches tournament style since they don't play Libertadores. I like the League's Cup. Even though people say it's rigged and it's favored for MLS, you know what? Still fun to watch. Do I think Mexican team? Shot! Goal! 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 Brandon Vasquez! Goal de Cincinnati! 1-0! Who said Brandon Vasquez was going to score? 2 minutes. 2 minutes. A curler. What a shot by Brandon Vasquez. Cincinnati strikes first. I didn't think it would take, I thought it would take longer than 2 minutes, but okay. What a shot. Mozo just got deked. Lord have mercy. What a shot. Well, there you go. I'm starting to think you're either related to him or you're just a namesake and you want him to succeed because of that. Either way. And that's Brandon Vasquez in the 2nd minute. Whoa, what a call. Brandon Vasquez. So namesake, okay. 16 wins when scoring first. Yeah, I think this is good. 2 minutes. 1-0. Cincinnati. 1-0. What a game. Wow, what a start. And they still put Sergio Santos on there. We need some respect on Brandon Vasquez, Bob. Come on now. Fix your shit. 4th minute, 1-0. Is this game on Apple TV? Yes. They all are. Now, I don't know if it's on TUDNA or not, but I got Apple TV, so it doesn't matter. I don't know if it's on Fox either, but again, I got Apple TV. It doesn't matter. Cincinnati at 5 points. If they win the group. I know. Elon rebranded it. I know. Elon rebranded. I know. Because he has that. Because he wanted at least call everything. Because when he had PayPal, he wanted it to be X. When that couldn't happen, he saved the trademark, and now here we are. But then again, he also has SpaceX, and then the Model X, and then everything else. Elon has a hard-on for the letter X now, doesn't he? I mean, hell, his son. Bupenza over the bar. X-Ash A12, I think. Yeah, I don't know. But what's part of that name? X. Yes, correct. Seriously, Elon loves the letter X, I guess. 5th minute. Fifth minute. Back to where we are. 1-0. 1-0. Brief glimpse of Araujo. He's good. Good to know. I'll check on it. Holy. That's the reaction. Already. That's the reaction. Hey, you'll get back. You'll tie it up. It's Chivas. They're first in Liga MX. Then they'll tie it up. I mean, yeah, Cincinnati looks really good right now, but cross in. I thought you weren't uncomfortable, or I thought you weren't nervous. I thought you weren't nervous. I watched the worst game of football. Huaydad versus All-Side. It ended 0-0. What's sad, the teams ended up having more shots off target than actually near the net. Yeah, that sounds horrible. At least when Toronto loses and can't score, at least they got 3 goals scored on them. That's a little bit better if you're looking at the quality of the players. Levas. What did LA Galaxy or LAFC do this time? What did LAFC do this time? I stopped saying that for them like 2 years ago. Well, not 2 years ago. When Cherundolo took the job. Feels like 2 years ago, to be honest. But still, what'd they do? What LAFC do this time? "12 shots today, 9 off target." Well, at least there was 3 shots on goal. Allside had 2 on target. Wydad 1. I can see why Wydad lost on penalties. Ugh. Wolff. Chivas to me is Levas. Does Brandon Vasquez need to leave MLS to be called up for the USMNT A team? Well, if they didn't have Fuller and Balogun, I would agree. But he's still a backup at best. Cincinnati playing forward. Acosta. Barrial. Cross. Tap in. Vasquez with a second. Goal. Goal. Goal to Cincinnati. Brandon Vasquez, 2 in 8 minutes. Crossing, tapping. Cincinnati leads 2-0. 2-0. That's my guy. You said it. You said it too. I don't think you said it too, but good tap in there. Good cross by Alvaro Barrial. Good play by Acosta to set it up. Bupenza steps back, but Vasquez just taps it in. Chivas is garbage. They're first in the league. What do you mean garbage? I mean, they did sort of rotate, but are they frauds? I don't know. We'll find out. Barrial with the assist. Brandon Vasquez with 2. Eighth minute. 2-0. 2-0. Chivas, my lord. I thought they'd be better than this. Chivas saying, "Oh, we're first position Liga MX. It means nothing." And yeah, New York is 1 spot above Toronto. That meant nothing either. They acted like they were top 3 in the East when they were playing us. I just got to laugh at the pain. That's all. At this point. I'm having a lot more fun watching the non-Toronto games. That is for sure. That's what I said. That's what I said. Chivas is better than some trash team made out of nowhere. 2-0, 2-0. Seriously, no, history-wise you are, but come on, I don't think this is a good time to say that. I mean, Cincinnati's still first in the league in MLS while you're first in Liga MX, but I'd say now, that just sounds like cope right now. If you said that before the game, it's like, yeah, sure, but now, unless you come back, it sounds like cope. So, how many CCLs does Chivas have? Only 1. Let's not talk about 2018, please. Let's not do that. My brain goes straight to Michael Bradley sending that ball into orbit. So, what do you mean was a fluke? It's on Apple TV. Yesterday was a fluke. What do you mean? I never said Toronto getting beat by New York was a fluke. We're that bad. New York isn't that good, but we're still that bad. So I wasn't saying it was a fluke. Unless you're talking about Portland losing to Tigres, but if Portland had 11 men, they would have won outright. So, no, Tigres winning was a fluke. If that's what you're talking about, that was a fluke. There's time. Earn an Apple TV. How do I watch the game? I have no idea. I don't know if it's on TUDNA. I don't know how to find a third-party stream. I don't know if it's on FS1. I know St. Louis is on FS1, but I'm still watching on Apple TV, but I don't know about this game. It's not like he spilt it into the net. Now you know how I feel about Greg Ranjit Singh. Sometimes you shouldn't start the third-place goalkeeper, except you chose to do it. We basically were forced to, even though we could have played Luka Gavron, but whatever. Exactly, and Portland would have won outright had they been up to 11 men, not lost. Did you hear Samsung says their moon photos are realistic when you could have a circle on white paper? It does the same. I didn't hear about it, but if you're trying to say the moon landing was fake, don't get me started. The moon landing was fake. In case you're going there next. Oh no, this guy. No, I think they should expand the CCL, but if they use group stages, that would have been stupid. The group stages would have been stupid. I think the way they're doing it is perfect. 3 qualifiers, preliminary round, and round of 16 on, all knockouts, that's better. Because let me tell you something here. The group stage is just stupid in CONCACAF. Hell, even Central American-wise, there's 2 favorites and then 3 people chasing down the favorites. Because I was going to predict the Central American Cup tomorrow. Because I have to. Because it's a really busy week. So tomorrow, when about 3 or 4, I'll put out my predictions for the Central American Cup. If you look at the groups, there's like 2 favorites and 3 people trying to chase the favorites. Yeah. I don't know about you, but CONCACAF group stages are stupid. There's not enough talent to really make the group stage worth a damn. So it's good they took it away the first time. Acosta. I thought he was going to score from there. Shot blocked away. So I think the way they're doing it is better. I think expanding it, but having the Leagues Cup, Central American Cup, Caribbean Cup, qualifying to Champions Cup with the other domestic leagues. And then they have a preliminary round, then round of 16, then they have 5 buys in the round of 16, and then so on and so forth. I think that's right. I think the group stage in CONCACAF is useless. 15 minutes in, and it's 2-0. So I guess Club America knows their reaction. We'll talk about them later. Oh, so it's injuries that made Chivas play their third string. Barreal. Banger over the bar. Lord have mercy. Not starting Vega was a mistake. And not starting Ronaldo Cisneros either. I mean, really? You're not starting either of them for Marine and Padilla? And you're not... Okay. Where's Watcho Jimenez, by the way? Let me see. Is he there? Is he on the squad? Yep. Watcho Jimenez is on the squad. They didn't start him. Weird. Ain't that some? 16th minute. I do have a point. I know you're talking about your club, but it doesn't sound like the fact they're starting a third string keeper is because of injuries. They just chose to, which is different. Way different. Like, Watcho Jimenez is on the bench. It's not injuries. So it's not really the same situation. Your situation is more like Toronto's a couple of weeks ago. There's a difference. We still could have played Luka Gavron. Well, I guess they could come back very quickly, too, if they want to. Maybe when you put on your actually good strikers instead of some random dude. I don't know if he just got there, and a Cantera dude, but, you know. I never heard of Marine before. And I can tell Padilla's a Cantera guy because he has a 3-digit number. and he has no picture. So, actually put on your forwards that are worth a damn, and then maybe you could come back very quickly. But that'll probably be the start of the second half, right? Yeah. I don't even think Marine was there when they played the Leagues Cup Showcase against Cincinnati last year, so he must be new. He must be new. But I never heard of him anywhere else. Chivas are cheap, aren't they? This is why they weren't good until Panovich got there. And this is why Almeida left. Because they're cheap. It's cheap! That is a deep cut that nobody's going to get unless they watched the Mr. Men show back in the late 2000s. That is an absolute deep cut that nobody's going to get except me. It's not even on HBO Max, I don't think. Hell, the only reason people know the Mr. Men characters is because of the freaking Instagram trend last year. 18th minute, corner for Chivas. They're cheap! Point is Chivas is cheap. They're cheap! That's out for a corner. Why are Cincinnati starting Alec Khan again? Well, they're winning 2-0, so I guess it works. Celentano, I hope he's okay. I mean, maybe it paid off. I don't know. Shot blocked away. I don't know. Maybe it paid off. They did win a shootout with Alec Khan. Padilla with 3 goals in 3 games. Liga Meki's games. So he must be a really good Cantera kid. Okay. So he's starting for a reason. Okay. My bad. I just know Chivas has been winning. Crazy. Reload. Hey, you're chatting though. Reloaded or something. I don't know. I don't know how to help you. I've never had that happen to me. 5G maybe? Reload it. 20th minute, 2-0, 2-0, Piojo Alvarado. Nice play. Oh. So I guess this Padilla kid is sort of pulling an Ozziel Herrera, I guess. If we're going to compare it to the other Guadalajara club. Because Ozziel Herrera was a great Cantera player, and then he got hot when he got into the league, and then he became a starter. And now he's with Tigres. Good news is if Toronto needs to win by 3 goals, there's no good play. Atlas got rid of all their good players. At least we have a couple of good players. How many teams should be in Copa Libertadores for MLS? 3. I think 3 Mexico, 3 MLS. That's what it should be, yes. 3 each. 6 CONCACAF teams. I'd love to see Canadian Premier League teams play the Copa Libertadores, but even though I think Forge could probably try to handle, they probably would get their ass kicked. So, I don't know. Forge could probably do the best, but they'd probably still get their ass kicked. But it would be nice to see if they could try. Then again, they did a lot better against Cruz Azul than I thought they would have when they were in Champions League back in 22. Yeah, I agree with that. '21st minute. Chivas. Oh, they may have a chance here. That rolls past and out for... No, I'll just get to Cincinnati. That'll be played forward. I said it should be 3-3. Oh! Murphy. That maybe should have been a handball, not going to lie. But they're not going to check it. America plays at 9 o'clock when they play St. Louis. I'll be live for that. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll be live for it. Why am I watching a 1975 ABA game? St. Louis versus Kentucky. I know the Spirits of St. Louis, but I don't know how you even found it, to be honest. So, there we go. Because Chivas is an all-Mexican team, the rest of Liga MX take advantage of this and overprice their Mexican players. So it's not that Chivas is cheap, it's that they're getting basically highway robbery over the rest of the league's players or the league's teams. So it's sort of, they kind of are screwed. And they're not going to get robbed blind every time they want somebody. That's fair. But they also were really cheap during the Almeida years. But still, part of it I can understand. But, I mean, yeah, you don't want to be taken blind every single time you want somebody. That's fair. But I still think they're a bit cheap. Cross. Fair enough. Looking up full games with Yao Ming and got recommended it. Interesting. That is interesting. Speaking of old games and classics and full games in St. Louis, well, there's a couple of baseball channels that put up full games, but there's a Cardinals Baseball Classics channel, which is pretty nice. I think I'm subscribed to it on both my watching account and my channel account, but still. '24th minute. Yeah, I think that was a penalty too. I agree. How the hell did Chivas concede 2 goals within the first 10 minutes? Because they did. Brandon Vasquez is that dude. Luciano Acosta loses the ball, no free kick. Definitely interesting, but weird. Interesting. By the way, super chats are on. Hit that like button. All that great stuff. Subscribe. 25th minute, Dulce settled 2-0 Cincinnati. Let's see if Chivas can take this to penalties. Is that dude. He is that dude. 25th minute, cross. That's out for a corner. Chivas is starting to build into this game, though. They're starting to build into this game. Costa as well. Yeah, true. Chivas is starting to grow into this game. 25th minute. Chivas with a corner. Cross in. Header. Ooh. Big save by Connor. He just picks it up. And didn't Atlas also, didn't Luciano Acosta also play for Atlas too? When Liga MX played Copa Libertadores, they had to choose teams that didn't qualify for CCL because they didn't want to make the same teams tired, I assume. Yeah, that sounds about right. But then you're sort of shooting yourself in the foot because you're playing worse teams in a tournament that is the best teams in South America. I mean, you're sort of shooting yourself in the foot. Besides, I don't think people care as much about player well-being as they used to 10, 12 years ago. They don't. So I don't think it matters to them who goes. LAFC all the way. There's Pachuca, don't forget about that. Yeah, LAFC and Pachuca are on buys. They'll start in the round of 32, but We'll see if LAFC finds if that helps them or not. Because their last game was, or their break was longer. Their break was longer than Toronto's or Cincinnati's or anybody else's. Instead of a week, or was it a week to 10 days to play their first game, they have to wait 2-3 weeks to play. Cross in. Oh, Barrial loses the ball, but that was a good Cincinnati FC mid-table La Liga club. La Liga MX or La Liga Spain. Now, what I will say, I think Mexico, they'd probably be better than mid-table. I think they would be in the playoffs, the Liga, every year. At least in their current form. Now, they could dip, but just if you use their current form and extrapolated, which you can't do that, but all things being equal, you can't do that, but La Liga logo sucks. Yeah, oh yeah, it's ugly. That is ugly, I agree. I miss the old La Liga logo. Athletic Bilbao, 2-0 Chivas. Cincinnati, 2-0 Chivas. Oh, you're talking about the Bilbao game, yeah. True. Funnily enough, what I find funny about Bilbao and Chivas playing each other is Bilbao is based off Basque Country players, and Chivas is based off of Mexican players. Their roster is exclusively Mexican players, and Bilbao is exclusively Basque Country players. So I think that's pretty interesting, you know. Two fluke goals for Cincinnati. They're still winning, though. Now y'all got to beat Sporting Kansas City. But hey, at least Alan Pulido is not playing. I know I got a red card. I know why Alan Pulido got a red card. He doesn't want to score on his former team. He's so loyal, he doesn't want to score on his former team. So he got a red card in the stupidest way possible so he didn't have to play Chivas. What a genius. What a genius. I need my tinfoil hat because I think I just figured out a conspiracy. No, not this guy. Somebody get my soapbox and a tinfoil hat. Please. Somebody get a soapbox and my tinfoil hat. I gotta break the seal on this Pulido conspiracy. Soapbox. "31st minute. Dummy. Yeah. Yeah. Playing forward is Chivas. I legitimately, you know what? I think I would. Like, I would be a natural at stand-up comedy. No joke. It's a thought. Cross in. Acosta. 32nd minute. Two 0 Dulce settle into the 33rd minute. Brendan Vasquez with a brace. Do you think this League's Cup has been 100% against Liga MX? Most, yes, it has. I mean, Atlas still got that call that they got, but yeah, I remember. I think in most cases it has been against Liga MX. I would agree that I'm not blind. I would agree that this is definitely MLS favored. So if that means we got 3 penalties against Rotloss, I'd be totally happy about that. Hopefully they just give us every call against Rotloss because we're going to need it. Acosta plays on. Vasquez, Acosta. Bupenza shot. Or Acosta shot. Could have went to Bupenza, but he didn't. Nwobodo shot. Save. What a save by Rangel. Nwobodo almost slipped that one past the post. Cincinnati's still knocking on that door. I think if Acosta just gave it to Bupenza, that would have been a goal. If he would have let Bupenza get it, that would have been a goal. Chivas is done. But he's still thinking about Atlas. Because Sunday, Toronto plays them. And I sort of want them to get owned by Toronto. Not just because it gets Toronto through the knockout stage, but because Rotloss is, well, Rotloss. There's a reason we call them that. And I think everybody has seen it. There's a reason why Rotloss is Rotloss. 35th minute. The football gods would do well to just let Toronto somehow win that game by 3 or 4 goals. Nashville score against Toluca, 1-0 Nashville. Walker Zimmerman, good. Corner here, cross in. Header, missed. Bupenza, shot over the bar. Cincinnati will qualify for CCL, and we don't know how. Well, they also are first in the Supporter Shield rankings, so they don't really need this tournament unless they were to bottle the Shield. But the Shield also, the Shield doesn't get you into the first round or the round of 16 automatically. That would be the preliminary round. If you win this tournament, though, or win MLS Cup, so even if you win the Shield, you can still win a better trophy and still get to the round of 16 instead of the preliminary round. Plays through Cincinnati. That should be. I don't know. I think that's probably a penalty. I don't know. That's questionable. Did they get the balls? The question. Murphy goes down. Piojo Alvarado. Shot over the bar. Be a corner. I don't know. I think there was a penalty on Acosta at the other side of the pitch, but let's see. I think that's a pen. I think that's a penalty. I think Cincinnati got hosed. 36th minute. I know they're ahead, but they still got hosed. '36th minute. Nice Braves jersey, brother. Thank you. I've worn it a couple of times. 37th minute. At least when they make the World Series and the Blue Jays still get knocked out in the playoffs, I have it when the Braves make the World Series. Because you know they'll be in the World Series this year. The Braves are that good, they'll make the World Series. There's no way they get owned by somebody who's not as good as them. There's no way. Who's your favorite all-time Atlanta Braves player? Ooh. I mean, there's Chipper Jones. There's John Smoltz. Andrew Jones. I like Austin Riley. Austin Riley's getting up there. Freddie Freeman. I like Jeff Francoeur. More than anybody really should have. Honestly, Chipper Jones or Andrew Jones. One of the two Joneses, yeah, it's got to be. I like Freddie Freeman. I like Austin Riley, but yeah, it's Chipper or Andrew. It's one of them. What about, Rafael Furcal? He played for the Braves and the Cardinals in his long career. But yeah, Rafael Furcal was always a great player. Ronald Acuna, what about that? I like Acuna, but he's not an all-time favorite. Like, he's not at that level yet. He's not at the Chipper, Andrew, Austin Riley. Austin Riley's gotten there pretty quick for me. Freddie Freeman, Jeff Francoeur, Rafael Furcal, John Smoltz. He hasn't got there yet. I like Acuna, but for me, it's funny how quick Austin Riley's gotten to that level for me, but he just, like, Acuna's probably going to be a Brave for life, but I feel like Austin Riley's more likely to be that way, or the bulk of his career. Walker Zimmerman scored third minute 1-0 in Nashville. Heard about that. Played shortstop in Little League, but was never good at bat. Most shortstops aren't good at bat, except Bo Bichette and David Eckstein. Honestly, since David Eckstein, until Bo Bichette, I don't think I saw a shortstop who was actually good hitting. Furcal, he was more defensive. He could hit when he needed to, but he was more like a Yadier Molina hitter. Like, he was clutch. He got hits when he needed to get hits, but he was better defensively. Like, he's like Yadier in my mind, Yadier Molina in my mind. He could hit when he needed to hit. When he knew he needed to hit, he hit. But he was better defensively. Good all-around player, I guess. But Troy Tulowitzki still. When Troy Tulowitzki got to Toronto, he was a horrible hitter. So, I mean, he was somewhat good with Colorado, but that's probably because Colorado's Colorado, you know? Ever since when he got to Toronto, Troy Tulowitzki was a black hole in that lineup. And then when Russell Martin and Goins became black holes, it was just not great. Cross in, punched away. You do realize that term. Well, you want me to say Mendoza line? That's better. The Blue Jays lineup back in 2015-16, I don't know if he was talking me or you, but there was legitimately a black hole in the Blue Jays lineup in like 2015 and 16. Russell Martin couldn't hit. Troy Tulowitzki couldn't hit. Then Goins stopped hitting. Oh, and when before Justin Smoke got good, which is when Toronto sucked, and Chris Colabello got suspended, well, again, there's another one. So, yeah, I see why we probably lost to the Royals. Actually, see why, yeah. When, like, the bottom half of your lineup can't hit, and it's really just Bautista, Donaldson, Encarnacion, and Ben Revere, yeah, that's probably why we lost. And they were playing small ball. Well, there you go. Maybe I finally understood it. There we go. Yeah, the Blue Jays lineup's a lot more even now. Yeah. That's probably the one thing they needed to do. Hopefully it works out. 43rd minute, 2-0. Because they finally got rid of Ramel Tapia. So. "43rd minute. Dos Cero, 2-0. The birds are very annoying outside. It's summer. It's not like the birds are migrating. Well, I guess. Who knows? Maybe their migrations start now. I don't know. Or very soon, I should say. 44th minute. I mean, I guess there are some birds that are still migrating. I guess that's why they call people in Florida snowbirds. I never thought of it like that. 44th minute. One minute to go plus stoppage time in this half. Playing forward. You know Max Kellerman? Yeah, I do. The boring one on first take. Well, I wouldn't say boring, but Bupenza gets a yellow? What? You kidding me? Now that's dog so. Free kick, Sepulveda brings down Bupenza. That should be a yellow for Sepulveda, and that's dog so. That could be red. And why he was fired from ESPN, I have no idea. I know he was gone. I don't know why he got fired. I think that's probably a red, to be honest. Why'd he get fired? It's going to be a busy week for the Timbers. Yeah. Yeah, that should be. I think that's dog so. I mean, that should be. I don't know. 2 minutes of stoppage time. I think they're a little bit too easy on that there. Yeah, they're going to VAR, as they should. Possible red card for Chivas. I think it should be. Personally, I think that is dog so. Last man back, pulls him down. Yeah, I think it is. I don't think this should take long. I think it's a red for Sepulveda. I think it's a red. Furious signs with Miami. Okay. Yeah, that seems like a red to me. Now, if this is not a red, but what the whatever Evander did was, I'm going to scream. Now, this is a red. I want consistency. Now, that's a red card. He'll get off light if it's just a yellow. Shouldn't take long. It's going to be no yellow. A red for Dog So for Sepulveda. He's gone. Portland got CONCACAF. They did, but Sepulveda didn't. He's gone. Chivas down to 10. Sepulveda's off. Portland would have won outright if they were at 11 men. Now that's a red. I'm sorry. That's Dog So straight up. Last man back, pulls him down. Like, that was not a football move or a defensive play. He just pulled his ass. Like, he half side Russian leg sweeped him. Yeah, that's a red card. Straight red as it should be. That was like a freaking wrestling move. Who knows? Maybe this is a blessing in disguise. I don't know how bad Sepulveda is. But to do that, yeah. Maybe that goes down in CONCACAF or the Liga, La Liga Mexicana, but it don't go down here. Free kick for Cincinnati, and they have to play the 2 minutes still, pretty much. So, 51 minutes instead? Yeah, probably. Because they took all that stoppage time. It's 51 minutes probably is where this is going to stop. Free kick for Cincinnati if they score. Free kick taken, blocked off the wall. Barreal making the run. Loses it. Shot. Murphy does not get there, but he keeps the ball in. Nope. Throw in for Chivas. Hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Let's get this one going. 45 more minutes here. Then, of course, we'll cover St. Louis America as well. And then Forge Vancouver tomorrow and the Central American Cup predictions. We're getting straight robbed this game. I can't even be mad. That was a red card. What do you mean robbed? He pulled him straight down. He side power bombed him. That's a straight red card. Last man back, and it was sort of a body slam. Turned into a wrestling move instead of a defensive play. Yeah, no, that's a red card. I don't know what rule book you're reading. '50th minute. Dos a 0, 2-0 Cincinnati at the half. And they're up a man. $2-0, 2-0, halftime, medio tiempo, Cincinnati. Brendan Vasquez, 2 goals. 2-0, 2-0, Cincinnati. We'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats. They got scored on twice in the first 10 minutes, and now they're down a man. That's why they're losing. I mean, yeah, I've heard there's a little bit of a conspiracy. With that being said, take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. Got another 45 to go for this one. Then we'll cover the St. Louis game. We'll be on our way. The end of match week 2 tonight. Then we have a day off. Then we're on to match week 3 or match round 3. It's interesting, but sit tight. We'll be back. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We'll be back in a second. Sit tight. We're back for the stats. The half. 53% possession of 47% possession, 9 shots to 7. 207 accurate passes, 85% to 168, 84%, 2 fouls to 5, 0 offside to 0, 2 corners to 9, 9 shots to 7, 4 shots on goal to 0, 243 passes to 199, 85% pass accuracy to 84, 10 throws to 11, 0 yellow cards to 0, 0 red cards to 1, 2-0, Dulce Cero, Cincinnati. Cincinnati's been the better team. Honestly, I wouldn't say by far, but Cincinnati's definitely been the better team. Guadalajara looked like they were going into the game in the middle of the half, but as it went on, Cincinnati still stymied that attack and showed that they are the better side in this game. They are the controllers of this game. They're up a man. So it'll be very interesting to see how Chivas try to navigate this, because if they tie it up, of course, they could go to a shootout. If they don't, they move on to their next game. But Cincinnati will win the group if they win this game. And it looks like they're going to do that. They have another 45 minutes to go. Then we have, to finish off the match round, America St. Louis. Oh, Cabecita got hurt, huh? Selvin Brown's the referee. Toluca equalizes 1-1. Huh, interesting. But, again, we have another 45 minutes to go. Imagine if it was the same scoreline like in the last League's Cup. Let's see if I can find that match. I can't. Google probably is my friend here. Huh, interesting. Oh, here we go. Wikipedia. What was that? I covered that game, so what? Wait, did I? They won. 3-1 against Chivas. Yep. Brendan Vasquez scored once. Calvin Harris and Yuya Kubo scored in that game. Javier Perez scored against Cincinnati. But, again, 3-1. Let's see if that happens again. You're right. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification button. Subscribe. Get this one going. But yeah, 3-1. I could see it happening. Well, I don't know about the 1, but I definitely think Cincinnati could score 3 goals. That's for sure. But 3-1, possible. NYCFC and Velez have reached an agreement for Julian Fernandez. the wingers now flying to the Citigroup Center to have his medical completed, and they'll be announced as an NYCFC player. Well, we'll have to play New York again this year, so in our last 10 matches. See how that turns. It'll be interesting. But second half's about to start of this game. Then we'll have another 90 minutes when it comes to St. Louis and America. I will review that match. Then we'll be on our way. USMNT media is ripping up on Vlatko, which I don't blame them. The dude only made one sub in the game. He's so stubborn, just like Greg, and right now he's at risk of being sacked. I mean, yeah, if the U.S. women's national team doesn't get past the quarterfinals, I could see him getting sacked, yeah. Vlatko. He probably hates that they're defending champions. Because that means he has to be held to a higher standard. Or he also probably hates that his brother don't work for the U.S. Federation like Greg's brother did. Vlatko must hate he's not protected by the same nepotism. What, it's true? In a minute, 20 seconds, they're going to kick off the second half here. But again, to kick off the second half, Marin won't play the second half. Chivas coming out for the second half. A sub here for Chivas. Nice. Sounds pretty good for New York. Antonio Briseño coming in for Chivas for defensive help, of course. And Alexi Vega coming on, finally. Alexi Vega coming on for Marin. which, I mean, at the 45th minute while being down a man, that's sort of done. That's sort of dumb, I'm not going to lie. But okay, all right. I honestly don't blame you. Like, I could totally see why people say to people, if you still use Snapchat, you're definitely haven't matured past high school. I could see why. So I don't blame you. TikTok is the way now. Honestly, yeah. I mean, they put stories on there. Yeah. I mean, I don't blame you. You can repost TikToks. I guess a coach must have got a red card too. And that's interesting. Chivas with 10 men. Columbus and TFC want Rudy Camacho. Yeah, and it's probably more likely he goes to TFC. The AFC is going to be competitive this year. Which AFC are we talking about? Talking about the Asian Football Confederation or the American Football Conference? Marine for Vega and Padilla off for Brazaniel. Suarez rejected Inter Miami move. They said he'd have to stay at Gremio for the rest of the season. I think that's all it is, but still. Well, I mean, he already was a double agent for us. I mean, it's not too weird. I mean, Rudy Camacho is the double agent. That's the only reason we've had a Champions League appearance in the past 5 years. Since 2019. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have had any Champions League appearances since 2019. And besides, if you really want to even call that an appearance, which I wouldn't, to be honest. So you know what? As long as Rudy plays like a double agent for us and he plays good, I won't complain. Our luck, it might not become a joke. South Africa's beating Argentina. Jesus, the Women's World Cup is nuts. Nigeria beats Australia. I mean, yeah, they did have 3 of their best players out, but still. Yeah, I think Canada's probably going to beat Australia. Bad. Especially if Sam Kerr is still hurt. Or only can play about 25, 30 minutes. Nashville up 2-1. That doesn't surprise me. If Sam Kerr can only play 30 or 25 minutes or she doesn't play at all, Canada is going to whip up on Australia. But Canada does play Jamaica later this year in the Olympic qualifier, which hopefully Haglund, good defensive play. 48th minute, Fafa Picault scores for Nashville. Well, that's not what I expected against the Mexican team, but okay. I had Australia kind of winning this tournament, but I feel like they just might be knocked out of this tournament. If Sam Kerr was playing, Australia would have been a true favorite. I don't think they would have won, but it helps they're playing in their own country. But wouldn't it be crazy if both home nations get knocked out in the Women's World Cup? Because New Zealand's on a tightrope and Australia is also on a tightrope, but Australia is the one that was supposed to get out of the group. They might just get grouped. Sort of Canada's fault, too, if you want to think about it, if you really want to be honest. Canada drew Nigeria. It's sort of Canada's fault. If Canada beats Nigeria, Canada has 6 points, already won the group, and maybe Australia would be able to get through the group with a draw or some help, even if Nigeria were to beat. Well, if they still beat them, Australia would have been in the driver's seat. But no, thanks to Canada, Australia might just get grouped. Which I'm not going to cry for them because Canada's in the group with them and still. Yoshida to LA Galaxy. I like the move if they could actually make it. Oh, we're doing Mile High. I think Yoshida's a great player. That's a save by Chivas in the 50th minute. I think Yoshida's a wonderful player. Always have. But maybe they're just getting their ducks in the row for off season. Because they can't get international free agents either. Luciano Costa, Bupenza. Oh, he almost lost the ball. Cross, blocked away. Chivas to clear. Like, I don't know why there's so many Galaxy rumors. It's definitely an upgrade. I think anything. Carlos Salcedo would be an upgrade at this point for the Galaxy defense. Past the post. Be a goal kick for Khan. But again, the Galaxy are having so many rumors towards them for players that are international players, non-MLS players. I think the gimmick is that they could still trade within the league if they wanted to make a move, but they haven't done that. Maybe people who are writing rumors don't realize the Galaxy are transfer banned, but I don't know. Maybe the people who just write rumors don't know. But it doesn't matter. It looks like Miami's the flavor of the month anyway. I know Toronto sucks, but I'm sort of glad Toronto's not that team that's in BS transfer rumors. I'd believe everything. Galaxy was interested in Funes Mori. Yeah, that's my point I was trying to make. They have so many international players rumored towards them that they're either getting their ducks in the row for the offseason or the riders don't know that the Galaxy were transfer banned. But they're actually talking to these players and tapping them up. It makes absolutely no sense. Which, again, could get them in hot water anyway. Because I don't think you're supposed to get your transfer business in order for the next window during the window proceeding, especially if you're transfer banned. But even if you're not, unless the transfer failed and it was super close in the previous window and it just happens in the next window, that's different. But again, these are not. It's sort of weird to me, the Galaxy situation. It's fishy. It's legitimately fishy. Free kick here for Cincinnati in the 53rd minute. It's a very fishy situation. Makes me wonder. Fishy is the right word, exactly. Like, you're already transfer banned, you're tapping up all these players, or it's just that riders don't know that you're transfer banned and they're making all this BS up, but it's got to be somewhat grounded in reality, right? This isn't the Mexican press. The Mexican press loves to BS on rumors. I've never really seen .53rd minute. Shot blocked away. Go out for a corner. Yes, corner for Cincinnati. It makes absolutely no sense to me. They know they can't get these players now, so they're tapping up these players, or I don't know. It's the Galaxy is walking on thin ice. Cross in. TFC is interested. Cassius Malula, the transfer market, it went to 50%. I'm not surprised. It's raining down in Cincinnati. Yeah, it is. Hopefully it doesn't get to a thunderstorm, because if it does, I may just have to stop this live and go straight to the St. Louis one. I mean, they're winning anyway, but I mean, with how close the matches are, there's no way I could finish this one and then do St. Louis if this went to a rain delay. So I just have to cut my losses. So hopefully it's just a shower. Ah, National Weather Service, yes. That looks just like weather. Ooh, that's the cell that's popping up. That looks like at least a heavy rain cell, but that is not a very... Interesting. Okay. So that cell does look very questionable. I've heard of them. Well, it sort of looks like it. Let's see. Cincinnati, Ohio. Ooh, 8:45. They may not get the rest of this game in. 8:45 is when that sale looks like it'll move in. Quinones is a number 9. That's crazy. Well, okay. Wonder if Seattle's able to beat Monterey. That'll be interesting to see. 57th minute. They say that the thunderstorms are going to roll in at 8:45 Central, 9:45 Eastern. So that'll be around the 70th minute. Yeah, that cell does look sort of gnarly for a non-severe thunderstorm from what I saw. So, well, there you go. Henry Martin in the middle next to Julian Quinones. Like, are they both 9s? Like, is one a second striker? One's a striker? Is when you say next, Quinones is a winger when Martin's the 10. Is that what you're saying? Toluca tie it. Jesus Lord. That's crazy. 58th minute. Playing forward, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Super chats are on. Get this one going. 58th minute, Cincinnati to play forward, 4-2-3-1. So wing. Okay. Cincinnati's next MLS match is on August 20th against Columbus, but if they win this, that doesn't matter. They play before then. Oh, that was Nashville, the Tataluca. Oh, they don't take off Schaffelberg. And Breeze is a good manager. Toluca's a sneakily good team. Let's not act like they're not. South Africa 2-0. Argentinian women have been eliminated in the Women's World Cup. Yeah, because Italy beat them too, yeah? Yeah, because Italy beat Argentina. South Africa beat Argentina. Well, that sucks. No double for Argentina. No Argentinian World Cup double, at least for men and women. Now, of course, the men could still go back to back. I mean, of course, but throw in. Makes you wonder, has there ever been a World Cup, a double, like the women's and the men's? And we are going to a rain delay. It is a rain delay. So we're going to a Helitech rain delay. It's 2-0. And I'm just going to stick it for what it is. Because St. Louis starts at 9. So I have to go straight to the St. Louis game. So there's no way that this comes back. I finish it. Then I go to the St. Louis game. So this one wasn't getting reviewed anyway. So we're going to stop it where it is. With the rain delay between Cincinnati and Chivas, it's going to be hard for me to finish it. I can't finish it. So I think they have to start where they left off tomorrow. That's normally the thing. That normally is the thing. But they should come back. It doesn't look like Cincinnati's going to be washed out. It looks like they'll come back, but not quick enough to where I could quickly turn to the St. Louis game. So where we are is we stopped this stream at a Helitech rain delay, 2-0, 2-0. Helitech rain delay, and we will find out the final score once it ends, because I will definitely be told the score. So whoever scores, tell me who scored it so I can just finish off the report here, and then I'll do the stats then. So there we go. Penalty for Toluca. Yep. I read that already on the National Weather Service website. 3-2. Yeah, their goalkeeper normally takes penalties. Toluca's keeper, and it's 3-2. Ain't that crazy? Huh. Ain't that crazy? But with that being said, have to stop this one where it is. I'll know the final result. We'll talk about the final result, but I have to stop this one where it is. So, St. Louis shouldn't face a rain delay, but at the 60th minute, we have a rain delay between Chivas and Cincinnati, 2-0, 2-0 Cincinnati. That's where we'll stop here. I don't like doing it, but the way the schedule is, how tight it is, I have to. So, hope so too. So, I'll see you in a minute, in about, give or take, 20 minutes for the St. Louis America game. I'll see you then. And there shouldn't be a rain delay for that, so I should be able to review it. Well, I definitely could record the Central American Cup video in between here, so I'll try that. But with that being said, see you in a bit. I did say 9, so yeah. See you in a bit. I'm Ron and I'm out. With that being said, if you like this stream, like and share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you in about 30 minutes for the start of St. Louis City versus Club America. This stops in a rain delay. Of course, they'll be able to finish the game. I will tell you how that turns, but it's 2-0 Cincinnati, 2-0. I'll see you in a bit. Sit tight.